Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Tish. So I've got 3 snacky brunch type of ideas for you guys today. 3 really simple, straightforward recipes, which I've added my own flavor, my own touch. I finessed them. So when you guys try out these recipes, you are going to be mind blown of how tasty they are and yet how simple and easy to prepare they are. So I hope you guys like these recipes that you're about to see. If any of you try them out, tag me on Instagram at Tish Wonders. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Let's get straight into the first snacky, brunchy type idea. Let's go. So the first recipe are slow cooked mushrooms on toast. This is not just your ordinary mushrooms on toast. You guys are going to love this one. So you are going to need some mushrooms of choice. I chose to use king oyster mushrooms because they are so delicious. They are my favorite mushroom at the moment. Some garlic powder, dried oregano, black pepper, fresh garlic, some shallots, some fresh herbs. You can use parsley or thyme, and some tamari. So start by finely chopping up the shallots, followed on by the garlic, and then slice the king oyster mushrooms, not too thin because you still want them kind of chunky. So heat some oil in a pan. As I always say, if you don't do oils, you can leave it out. Go ahead and add the shallots and garlic to the pan, mixing everything on a low to medium heat. Place in the fresh thyme, some dried oregano, the mushrooms, and then splash on a good generous amount of tamari, followed on by, of course, a good generous amount of black pepper. Cook the mushrooms down, just mixing everything very gently and slowly. So you want the mushrooms to absorb all of the flavors, so cooking them slowly is the best way to do it. So cook until they are golden and tender. I chose to use some sourdough bread, which I toasted. And then I placed on some leftover avocado, followed on by some black pepper, more black pepper, and then the slow cooked mushrooms. You guys just have to try this recipe. I don't know, there's something about king oyster mushrooms I think that just brings it to life, but yeah, give this one a try. So the second recipe are buckwheat banana waffles, which I topped with some coconut yogurt and some blueberries and some maple syrup, of course. So to make these waffles, you are going to need some maple syrup, some buckwheat flour, chia seeds, nut milk of choice, vanilla essence, cinnamon powder, baking powder, a ripe banana, and a pinch of salt. So start by making the chia seed gel by placing the chia seeds mixed with a little bit of water in a bowl, give it a little mix and just leave it aside to thicken up. Feel free to do the next step by hand. I chose to use my high-speed blender and I placed in some banana, vanilla essence, the nut milk, and some maple syrup, just blending everything until smooth. In a large bowl, place in the buckwheat flour, a pinch of salt, baking powder, and some cinnamon. So slowly combine the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients, just mixing everything until you reach a really smooth consistency that's not too hard to mix. Throw in the chia seed gel. This is just going to thicken everything up and bind all of the ingredients together, and you kind of want to reach a consistency that looks something like this. So I chose to cook down the blueberries. It's really simple. I just added a tiny splash of water to a pan, placed in the blueberries, added some lemon juice and a teeny bit of maple syrup just to give it some extra sweetness. And then just cook the blueberries down until they were soft and almost exploding. So the next step was to prepare the waffle machine, obviously by putting it on so it gets warm. I chose to add a little bit of coconut oil to the waffle machine. This just makes the waffles extra crispy and that's how I like them. So I added the batter to the waffle machine, cooking the waffles until they were golden and crispy and just delicious. So I placed the waffles on a plate, followed on by the coconut yogurt and the blueberries and, of course, a good lashing of maple syrup. So once everything is served, it is time to devour the waffles and enjoy and savor every last bite. So the final recipe are sweet potato fries. This is like my go-to when I just want something tasty and quick and delicious, and I'm going to show you a little trick in how I make them really crispy. So you are going to need some sweet potatoes, some Cajun seasoning, fresh thyme, pink salt or sea salt, and some black pepper. So start by chopping up your sweet potato into wedges. You can make them as big or as small as you want. The trick to get sweet potato fries really crispy in the oven is to kind of semi-cook them beforehand. So I'm using my steamer to steam them ever so slightly for around 7 to 10 minutes. You still want the potatoes to have a firmness to them. You just want to start the cooking process so that they are soft on the inside and crispy on the outside once they're in the oven. Place the sweet potato fries into a large bowl and follow on by adding some sea salt, some black pepper, some Cajun seasoning, and a splash of coconut oil. Give everything a good mix, making sure all of the fries are covered. Place the sweet potato fries flat on a baking tray. I would highly recommend you use parchment paper. I just ran out, but usually I would, and it makes a world of difference when cooking the fries in the oven. I then scattered on a little bit of fresh thyme and placed the fries into a hot oven of around 210 degrees Celsius for around 30 minutes until golden and crispy. So to make the guac, you are going to need some avocado, some red onion, some jalapeno pepper or some chili or both, some fresh coriander, lime juice, garlic, salt, and some cayenne pepper. So place all of the chopped ingredients into a bowl, squeezing over the lemon juice, and just mash everything until smooth and creamy. So once the sweet potatoes are golden and crispy, you can place them on a plate. If they're a snack, place them on a plate with the guac. If they are part of your meal, place them on a plate with whatever else you choose to serve them with. I hope you guys enjoyed this brunch snack recipe video. If you happen to try the recipes out, remember to let me know how it goes. Drop me a comment if you have anything to ask me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye.